Hello there, this is Daniel Eric again, and I am talking to you after making my last recording um, around that Thursday the 29th, early Friday the 30th range. I'm going to have to recap you just some relevant events of Friday the 30th, Saturday the 31st, and Sunday the 1st. The last time I reported to you was um, the events of Thursday the 29th. So, um, I work a lot. I work 7 days a week. Sometimes I work both jobs. And on Saturday, for example, it was like a 10-hour shift plus like another like 3-ish hour shift. And so I didn't do much else. On Friday, I ended up, depending on trips to the convenience store to eat unhealthy processed food. At first, I was like, oh, I'm going to avoid plastic. I was really thinking of avoiding plastic. However, they didn't have tissue for the. Yeah, I ate a couple donuts on the way up to work on Friday. They didn't have tissue paper. They had this little plastic glove. And then, other than that, I mean, oh, going back, I got gasoline. There was a long line to get gasoline for my motor scooter. I ended up eating a candy bar on the way up because I'd let my eyes wander and I found a new flavor and stuff. I'm not even going to indicate that, what it was. You can see that it's, a candy. And I bought other stuff on Saturday. Well, Friday going into Saturday. Turns out I hardly slept at all. I just did that thing where I was tired, but too tired to. Felt like, oh, I should just go to bed because I'm too tired to do anything productive. But I did that thing where I couldn't sleep because I didn't do anything productive. But then I felt too tired to do anything productive. So I just scrolled around on YouTube. Some of it was philosophical stuff. Some of it was just interesting stuff. And it was YouTube. It was, safe for work stuff. But man, it was. Sometimes it was just asking about like, what am I doing with my life? Anyway, since I stayed up too late and hardly slept, I ended up to compensate for the fact that I was so tired. I don't drink coffee or caffeine. However, I got like 4 sandwiches. I did end up eating some cookies, and just things of that nature. All of this all together for a Friday and a Saturday is still honestly not much. It's not much. So many people do a lot more, but however, I still don't like it. But a lot of that is I don't have much food at home because I don't invest the time to grocery shop. However, that's changing. That's Friday and Saturday, generally speaking. Sunday, I was committed to it. So Friday was processed food, sugar, and plastic. Saturday was also processed food, sugar, and plastic. Then we got Sunday. Sunday, I ate much better. And here's what I ate. 2 raw egg yolks. I ended up eating processed food because I went to the convenience store and got 4 hot dogs off the roller grill. No plastic was involved. Not even like tissue paper. I just grabbed a napkin, and just ate 4 hot dogs. Not healthy to eat. Doesn't contain sugar. It's not candy. It's not a sugary pastry. Still not good to be eating hot dogs off the freaking roller grill at the convenience store. And when I got to work, I have a second job at a Walmart. Did I eat? I just ate a couple apples. And then during my break, I also ate some kind of hot food at a nearby store. No plastic. It came in a little cardboard box. No plastic lining or anything. And so while there was processed food, no sugar, not a single scrap of plastic involved in any of the packaging on the food. So I did a lot of sleeping in, making up for not sleeping so much. And so then I get home and then on the Saturday going on the Sunday. I know this seems to be rambling about how I haven't led a very productive life, but I do work a ton, or 7 days a week. I'm trying to change my life and improve my habits so that I have the option to maybe quit one of those jobs, replace one of those jobs with a different lifestyle. But while I was at work, I work at a Walmart, and sometimes, you know, I can quick take out my phone, maybe not in too much, and then plop in some, use the Wi-Fi, use the Wi-Fi connection, and just put on some kind of music to kind of distract me, distract me a little bit. Kind of late when it's getting late and I've gotten most of my work done. I did end up pulling out the phone. You know how I talk about how I don't like those AI chatbots? I did use one. Here's what I do. I kind of talk to myself, kind of talking to a wall. I basically use the speech to text feature on the phone to speak into the phone and talk about just sort of like musings about art, musings about recent pop culture, and I kind of give my own essays. And I don't really ask the AI questions. I just sort of say my thoughts, like, oh, these I talk about, like, for example, something that I call genre adjacency, where how come sometimes a motion picture will have a genre, and then it'll have elements of another genre, but it won't officially be part of that genre, and it'll be that genre adjacent. Here's an example: the 2019 movie Joker. That's horror adjacent, even though it's not strictly speaking a horror film, because it has horrifying elements. And then Oppenheimer, the 2023 movie, which I think is a little bit overrated, but I actually saw it the couple of years ago in IMAX 70 millimeter. And that is sci-fi adjacent, even though it talks about like real science, and as opposed to like theoretical science. It's still sci-fi adjacent because it's kind of approaching. It's set during a time where the atomic bomb was like being developed, and so it's a theoretical thing before it became no longer theoretical. So it's sci-fi adjacent because it touches upon some of those themes. And so I'll just say that stuff. I won't ask the AI anything. I'll just say my thoughts, and it'll spit it back out to me in very canned language without telling me a lot of new insights. Sometimes it'll even get facts wrong, like the release dates of movies wrong and such. And that's the kind of stuff that I talk about. I'll talk about, hey, I predict that such and such upcoming major motion picture will have this level of success. I don't ask it to predict it. I give my own prediction. It'll just kind of like, yeah, sure, more or less agree with me. And however, I'm kind of talking to a wall and kind of having it spit up back to me. However, I still don't think it's productive. I still think I probably used, several refrigerators worth of energy just talking to it. So I still want to not do that, but it kind of helps me kind of process my brain a little bit. And sometimes I'm not even looking at the results because it's text and, kind of busy at work. What I'll do is I'll speak into it, hit the enter key, and put my phone away. And then I'm sure, and then later I'll maybe check to see what answers it spit out. Anyway, today is, what is it? We're going on 9 minutes and 8 seconds of this. Today is Monday, June 2nd, 12:14. I woke up and here's that space. See how it's still relatively clean? It's still the same amount of clean. That's laundry I still gotta put away. It's clean laundry. It's not strewn about. They're in bags, but I gotta put it away. So as we're going on 10 minutes here, this morning, I finally read Genesis chapter 9 of the Bible. That's just basically the part where Noah's nakedness is covered up by Shem and Japheth, and then Ham sees it. I guess he doesn't help to cover up the father's nakedness, and then what is that? Where the curse of ham comes from? I don't know. Is that the whole thing where Mormons think that Ham is the descendant of all black people or something? Um, I know that's kind of what I've heard sometimes, but I go to work and again in a few hours. So so far this morning, haven't done the interaction with AI. Actually, haven't done any any internet browsing so far today, or even going after midnight. It starts after midnight. I get home shortly before midnight, and I was definitely up past midnight, but it wasn't the idle web browsing. It wasn't the AI. It wasn't any use of Wi-Fi radiation. Um, so I'm gonna get back to you in a couple hours, and I'm still positive. I do work a lot. I'm gonna overcome the fact just because I work a lot is I can still overcome that and not eat crap. For example, the 2 raw egg yolks on Sunday, that that helped because that was nutrition instead of eating crap. And the 2 apples, I probably didn't get as much calories as I should for such a skinny guy. But then again, I did eat those 4 hot dogs, and I did eat some like hot and ready pizza. Um, but all right then. I will get back to you when I get home. I should get home at like 11:20, 11:30 p.m. and I'll do another update for better or worse, rather than for better or worse, whatever I do, good or bad. Um, I'll update you at like 11. Try to upload a video probably like 11:40s, 11:50s, right around as it's getting close to midnight. I'll update on how I did at work. What I should do is not use the Wi-Fi even when I'm at work. Maybe have some offline instrumental music to listen to or something. All right then. Bye for now.